Alright, hello everyone, back again here, doing that follow-up review of the Holman personal size large print Bible. So I just want to kind of give you guys a quick review and try to be a lot quicker on this one. Just go over the highlights of it and what's in it and what are the advantages of having this one. And so I got this one just right here before Christmas thanks to my parents. They sent me a gift card to go to Lifeway, so I did and got this Bible here. And so we can see that it's a pretty good sized Bible. It's not too big, not too small. Got my hand here. It's about the size of my hand. So a very comfortable Bible to hold and read from. On the cover here we have a very thin piece of bonded leather. And I'm normally not a fan of bonded leather. However, this one is pretty good. I do like the feel of it. As we get a shot of the spine there, you can see it says King James Version at the top, Holy Bible in the middle there, and Holman at the bottom, their logo. And it's got the little seals there as well. And so you can see, open this up, it's a pretty thin piece of bonded leather, but this is, it feels definitely more sturdy and a lot more comfortable, and it just feels of a higher quality than some of the bonded leathers I've had from Holman. So I think this would last a little bit longer than normal. But on the inside you can see this is a paste down liner. And it's not a vinyl liner, so this will definitely tear faster than a vinyl liner would. So this Bible probably not going to last you more than maybe 5 years if you treated it really well. But you can see that even though it's a paste down liner, it's very well done. The corners are nice and pressed down, and it's just that there's no reinforcement along here, so eventually if you keep opening this Bible, the stress is right down here, and it's going to start splitting this Bible apart. But it's got thick paper here at the end that's like a thicker, almost construction paper. It's pretty nice. But again, this Bible, though, it was only for $10. I got it for $10 at Lifeway. I was originally $29.99. I got it like, they said it was like 30% off or something. And so it was only $10 when I bought it, which is a great deal. I mean, this Bible for $10 is absolutely worth it. And even for $29.99, which was its retail price, it was even worth it. So, you know, it was definitely a good buy. I encourage you that if you still haven't bought a Bible for Christmas or you want one, go to Lifeway, because I think they're still having a 30% sale on most of their Bibles. But we saw the inside liner there, and that you got a certificate of marriage there, and then you have all your other ones, births. We have deaths, and then there's I think there's another one. Open it up here. Okay. There's one for marriages and occasions to remember. And then you have deaths, of course. And then you get to the title page here. It says the Holy Bible, authorized King James Version, with words of Christ in red. And down here you see is Holman Bible Publishers. They're in Nashville, Tennessee. And in these pages you're going to have a bunch of information. This is about their large print Bible, when they made it, all the different editions they have of it, the different covers, and there's all the ISBN numbers. Let me turn it this way. Help a little bit. You can see here's a table of contents page. And you've got the books of the Old Testament there, and what page they start on, books of the New Testament. And you open up here, and here's the things that it contains in the Bible. So at the back of the Bible you have some study helps. You can pause the video and read those up there. Here you got the Messianic prophecies. So if you ever wondered what the stars were in the text of this Bible, the ones that are clear are ones that are Messianic promises not yet fulfilled, and when it is a black star, that means it was fulfilled. And we'll kind of look at that as we get in the text. And then if it has a T in the passage, or you're reading along, it's an alternate translation, which means it just has a different word that could be put in there. And then paragraphs in this one, so the different thoughts of the authors are divided up by bold verse numbers, and I'll show you what that looks like in the text. So then you get right into the Old Testament here. And there is Genesis, and I'll get you a good view of the font. So you can see there, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So it's very clear text, and it's more of a Bible serif font, which it makes it really nice to read. And it's at about 11-point font, so it's a pretty good size font. If you have bad eyes, this would be a good Bible for you to buy or to think about getting. And especially at 20 bucks. I mean, the paper is very good, the print is very bold. And just looking here, so you see, we were talking about those bold verse numbers. So you have 2 here that's not bolded. But then 3 is bold, 4 isn't, 5 isn't, you get down here, 6 is. So those are the different thoughts of the authors that they think are in there. So you get here down to verse 3, that's the first thought. 4 through 6 is the second thought, and so on and so forth. You can even see down here in verse number 20, there's a bold reference there. And this has cross references, but not very many, and they're put at the end of the verse. So you can see here at the end of Genesis 1:16, there's Job 38:7. And then you can see even here at Genesis 1:1, they have Psalm 8:3. So there's not a lot of references, but they are there. And a lot of them are just to really get you thinking about maybe a different passage or cross references in different books, which is pretty nice. One thing to be aware of is, since this is a bonded leather cover, this Bible is sewn. So it means it won't fall apart. The text block will stay together pretty well. It's a very well-made Bible, especially for $10. It's glued and sewn, so you have the best of both worlds. But the problem is, since it's a bonded leather cover, is that it's going to want to do this to you, where it just wants to close. And you can just see where that cover is sticking up, and even when you close it, that cover wants to stick up still. And that's just because it's bonded leather, and it's new, hasn't been broken in yet. Once bonded leather breaks in, it's normally lays pretty flat, but that hinge is going to be pretty tough. And that's why I said with that paper liner and breaking that in, that's going to start splitting when it does. But we'll get into some pretty cool things that Holman has done and guaranteed about these Bibles a little bit later. But here's a shot of the text. You can see numbers are starting to lay pretty flat. It's still sticking up in the air a little bit, but it's laying flat where you could read it comfortably. This would be a very good preaching Bible, or just to carry around Bible. Bring it to church, maybe read devotionally. It's very uncluttered. It's very nicely done. It isn't line matched, and try to show you here. Sometimes the lines do match up, as is the case here. So the reading experience will be a little bit better. Let me see if I go to another page, and so you can see here how they're slightly off. They're in between the lines. So you can see a little bit of the writing from the other page, but it's really not bad because of how dark this font is. It's very, very easy to read. And the paper is very nice in this Bible for being $10. I mean, it is thin Bible paper, but it's not bad. It's not like tissue paper. They did a very good job with this. They took good care in making it. And let's see here, what's another thing we could show you? Oh, it is a self-pronouncing edition, so if that's something you like, it is in there. And you can see that, kind of how it breaks it up. And this Bible is red letter. So we'll get to the New Testament and show you that. So there's some red letter right there. And to be honest, I don't know if it looks better or worse on camera. To me, it appears like it's a little bit orange more than it is red. But it is good. I mean, you can tell there's a difference between the black and the red. And it's not too pink. It's not too orange. I mean, it does look red, but it's definitely a lighter red. And let's see if I can't get to the New Testament title page here. So you have the end of Malachi, and then the beginning of Matthew. And right before that, we have the New Testament page. So very simple, very well done. So you can see it's red letter. The paper is very nice. There's enough room from the gutter here that it just brings the text out where it's not cluttered, where it doesn't feel like you're reading into the gutter. It's a nice space. You could probably have enough space out here to put a couple cross references if you write small enough. It does have headers on the page number, and then the book and chapter on the edge. So it's a very nice Bible. I really love this, and the font is just really nice. It's a Bible serif font. It's very tall and thin, but with the boldness, it makes it very readable. And it is red letter throughout. I should mention that too. So even in Acts, when Jesus has ascended into heaven, it's in red letter. In Revelation, it will be in red letter as well. And we can even turn there. I'll turn to... But you can see here, so we're getting towards the end, and now you can see it's rising back up. But, I mean, we're in 2 Peter, so that's pretty good. And another thing I'll point out about this Bible that may bug some people is that I believe because it is a cheaper edition, it does have some page curl. And I don't know if you can see it right there, but now it's true I have a vent right there, so that doesn't help. But it will curl up the pages. And even bringing it out from that, you can see it'll still kind of curl up a little bit. So that bugs you when you're reading. Maybe just, they're more expensive editions, like in their actual leather. It has better paper. So that might be something you might want to look out for. But we'll get into Revelation here. See if I can't show you the red letter there. So you see here, there's red letter where Jesus is talking to John here in Revelation. Get my camera to focus here. There we go. And then in the back here you have some helps. You're going to have parables of our Lords. You have the harmony of the Gospels. You have a Bible reading plan. You have different passages or favorite Bible passages there. There's that. You have a short history of the Bible, the different books, what they mean, what's in them. Those are pretty nice if you're studying. And then we've got a Bible reading plan here, 52 weeks. So obviously it's going to take you through the Bible in 1 year. And it kind of gives you a little bit of encouragement of why to read your Bible, how to read it through. It's some pretty neat articles there. And then you've got a short concordance, nothing really to write home about. There's just a couple entries for every word. And I mean, if you're really trying to study the Bible, I highly doubt this would be useful to you. But it is back there. And then I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this review short. Okay, and then here's some maps, the standard Holman maps. One thing I will point out is I love that here they have Abraham going from Ur of the Chaldees, which this is the Chaldean region. In my Cambridge Bible, I don't know if I showed it in the maps, they had Ur of the Chaldees somewhere up here, and then them going in here, so it's something ridiculous. So I do like Holman's map here on that one. And they're nice and colorful, they're hopeful. You know, here you have the route of the Exodus, and then you have the different tribes of Israel. Yeah, Paul's missionary journeys. And then there's a couple other maps. There's a kind of a topical three-dimensional map of the Sea of Galilee. And then you have Jerusalem in the New Testament time. And then that's going to be pretty much it. You've got the end and then the back cover there. It does come with one ribbon marker, and it is gilded on the edges. It's really very nicely done. The gold looks really good. The copy I did receive had a little nicks, but I'm going to use it as a beater Bible, and really it's just, for me, it's supposed to be a smaller version to carry around because my main Bible is this one, which is the Holman Ministers. I'll be doing a review on this, but it's exactly the same print and the same typeface as this one. So this one's just a smaller version of this one. So it's easier to bring to work, and especially since it's bonded leather, and it was only $10, I don't feel as bad as if this one's going to get beat up or used. It was pretty much made to be used. And I'll show you something on the box here. So this is the box it came in. Very nice box. It's a just square box, so it's not clamshell. It opens up. But you can see here that it has this thing at the top. It says Holman Lifetime Guarantee. So even this $10 Bible, that right now is around $10 if you go to Lifeway. Otherwise, it'd be around $30. This is guaranteed for life. So that's why I was saying I'm not really worried about this being a bonded leather cover. It is a nice bonded leather, but undoubtedly with a paper liner like this, it's going to rip. But once it does, all you have to do is take this back to a Lifeway store if that's where you got it. Show them the receipt of the Bible, which I kept, it's inside the box, and they will either exchange it for a new one, or they will give you the exact value of the Bible that it's worth in credit, in-store credit. Or they'll send it back to Holman, and they'll send you a new copy. So that's a really cool thing that Holman does. Even on their cheaper bonded leather editions, they're still guaranteed for life, which is just awesome. I mean, I got a $10 Bible that's guaranteed for life. So that's really a cool thing that Holman does. That's one of the reasons why I like it. The font's easy to read. It's a beater Bible. If anything does happen to it, you can return it and get the same copy. And so you don't have to worry about it running out on you and then having to buy a new one and spend more money on it. You can just return it and they'll give you a new copy. So I just hope that this review was a blessing and a help to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to get to them and answer any questions you might have. But I encourage you, if you need a Bible with good print, a good font, I would go for the Holman personal size. It comes in different colors, so if you like, or covers, excuse me. If you don't like the bonded leather, they do have genuine leather. They have leather touch, and they have different designs. So, there's many formats in this one. It's really nice. So, if you want to pick up a copy for someone or a friend during Christmas, I encourage you to do so. So I just hope this review is a blessing, and talk to you later.